Greetings everyone, I am RSV. Will Crawford be the next Luthor? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that is continuing to follow the Pso2 story. A Luthor plotline should happen in episode 2, if it's copying base game. But are there any parallels between Luthor and Crawford that we should be looking out for? Well, we'll have to look at the fall of Luthor to really understand how this happens, to figure out if Crawford is following a similar path to Luthor. Well, let's look at Luthor first. He fell because of his obsession for Xion and knowledge. We know that emotion, especially emotions that are felt as an obsession, are a surefire way to lead to becoming a Dark Falz. And this doesn't actually matter if it's positive or negative or not. Obsession twists these emotions to be negative regardless of if they are an obsession to protect those around you or otherwise. And is Crawford obsessed with anything? Why, yes he is. He absolutely hates the fact he failed. When the attempt to defeat Dark Falz with the Alias Central Cannon failed, Crawford was clearly distraught. His failure hit him deeply, and his next assignment was to make the cannon stronger. Not to save Ilma, who was lost, but to collect parts for the central cannon. His obsession with defeating Dark Falz is huge currently, and I'm not sure if it's with Dark Falz itself or with winning. It is possible that Crawford is just an extremely sore loser, but that's the thing. Luthor was also an extremely sore loser. He did everything in his power to win because he was obsessed with reaching his goal. And if Crawford becomes obsessed with protecting the Ark's defenders, it is incredibly possible that he will follow the same path, becoming a Dark Falz, in theory for the sake of the Ark's defenders, but ultimately dooming them to have to deal with Dark Falz Loser 2.0. But ultimately, do I think they're gonna turn him into Luthor again? Not really. Luthor was depicted as a fairly bad person from the get-go. They did a lot with his character to establish him as a villain, even before his obsession got to a point that he became a Dark Falz. Crawford at the moment has absolutely no setup for it. The only parallel at the moment is seemingly that obsession with defeating Dark Falz. But they are both leaders of Arcs, they are both incredibly proud individuals, and ultimately Crawford is his own person. And like a lot of other characters in the game right now, mainly Einar, Manon and Dozer, he have barely any plot development on them. So it is incredibly possible that we will find out something about Crawford or something dark that he is hiding in the near future. But at the moment, considering the canonicity of the Pso2 comics, Crawford comes across as a very nice dude, and I don't think he will fall, at least intentionally. Maybe he will be the next vessel of Dark Falz. Maybe he will be kidnapped and become the vessel of Dark Falz ultimately, but who knows? Personally, I don't think he's going to become a Dark Falz just because he exists. Personally, if he does fall, I don't think it will be quite like the way Luthor did. But what do you think? I've been RSV, and I will see you next time.